time in the market will outplay time, especially if you're just learning. That's why I said this should always just be the small part. Learn the nuances with a little bit. Hold the good projects. Take these 20s, 40s. Some of these have been 84% beam. Hello. Right? Stacks. Hello. We have talked about the while it's been consolidating. I'm waiting for the next little bit more of a pullback and I'll load up the bags again. If you're always looking for that perfect entry for the long term, you could be standing on the sidelines for the whole damn game.
What up, everybody? Welcome to your daily fix. Let's fix together. It's safer. It is crack of dawn, midnight 01, Tuesday, the 9th. Not financial advice, of fucking course. Glad you're here. Hopefully, you're not for financial advice. You're just up for figuring out how to do it yourself. Tonight, money flow cycle, market cap, dominance, Bitcoin, ETH gives us a heads up on how the money is moving in the market so we can make better decisions. That's what we're trying to do here. Pope is on the other side of, well, not on the other side, more westerly. He's in Vancouver Island. There he is.
It's why it was such a quick show last time we saw everybody, because we were traveling here. And I'll be here for the week. So welcome to my home, away from my other home.
Ugh, it's so peaceful there. It's almost too quiet. Sometimes I miss the sirens.
Yeah, I can't wait to show some of those photos you took. It's beautiful.
Totally. Oh, wait. Can we tell Berg? I'm so excited because we're going to do a show 69 DGen giveaway. And we don't know what it's going to be yet. We're going to talk about it, but I'm so excited. So we're at show 63.
Yeah,
show 63. So we got what? Yeah, well, next week sometime.
I think you had a good idea. It was on the 10s all the way working up to show 100. We're going to do a giveaway minus show 70 because for the DGens. Pretty stoked. We haven't had a lot of time to look at the market. So the last time we did the hunt, I think we had about 32. We did 4 pages of 8 tokens. And I think we're going to readdress all of those if we can have the time and the energy and just see what's going on for the week ahead, like we always do. I'm still very bullish. Doesn't mean I'm bullish at the moment, but long-term bullish, short-term. Let's have a look.
Remember last time we did this, you did like, I don't know, was it like 22 coins and just under like 48 minutes or something? I don't know what it was. Good luck.
Me neither. I don't know. I don't recall. Everybody, when people are like, "Oh, remember that? TA you did on that." Yeah, man. I do this all day, every day.
Do it as the candles come, the TA goes, and we start again.
Right. If you are new or just watching, I always talk about the money flow. And is the money coming into the market, leaving the market? And to do that, we need to know the total market cap of all the money in crypto at the Mo. And we've drawn these lines and these rectangles some time ago. And this is the consolidation and the inner consolidation that we wanted to stay out of. We had our retest in the parallel channel. It came out, and you can see right where it hit. And this is the weird stuff about this kind of stuff. And I'm pretty sure if we went back and looked, I probably drew over it and went, how we're going to probably bounce around in here. Look for the retest, stay outside of this line before we can start to take off on our ways up to the $3 trillion market cap. And if you're long-term trading, none of this really matters. None of this really matters because this is our focus on swing trading anywhere from the day, the hours, or a couple of months. And we're going to follow a lot of tokens on the show where we'll show you how we play the total market cap with the actual tokens and the projects and take some healthy profits all along the way. So right now, the market cap is doing exactly what we've been wanting it to do. The things that excite me here, and I'm going to get rid of that white line again, is on the daily, we don't have a curl. On our micro bull, micro bear indicator, we have spread. And having a red candle right now on the daily is not a bad thing, because since our last down, we went all the way up to $262.39 billion in 3 days. Money's going to come up. People are going to take profits. But if we look at where it is right now, this may be able to hold as support. That's now what I'm watching for. Will this old level of resistance become support? And if so, very bullish sign for going out this way. Now, we got 16 hours and 52 minutes to figure that out. And if you've been
Can I ask a quick question?
fire away.
If I'm looking at the top trend line measuring from body to wick, does that change anything for you? Like if we adjusted that?
Remember, we did this a while ago, so this candle here didn't exist. So our past TA is still playing out.
I forgot that has been there for a bit.
I'm not touching our past TA because here it's still doing it.
Right.
You know,
I'm gonna wait for it before you mess with it.
Yeah, and it probably got moved a bit because it is off, but quick and dirty. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Still getting the gist at the moment.
But I mean, we can adjust it. So technically now, because of that, and we were going off the wick here, that would probably need to come down just
I think that's kind of why I was asking.
You're perfectionist, remember? Quick and dirty. There you are.
I know.
Jeez.
Well, I just want to know, like, sometimes how specific, because if I'm looking at,
I mean, you're cutting hairs at that point. The information that it's giving you, that it's getting to those areas, struggling with those areas, holding those areas,
where it's going to chill,
way more important than are you a fraction or a hair off on your trend line.
Okie dokie.
Right. Like,
hey, when I'm trading on the 15, you'll hope I'm that precise.
Hey, I hope you're precise with everything when it comes to the actual trade.
All right, let's get to it. Sorry.
Where we're at with our indicator here is we have the spread. We have a healthy channel up and a healthy pullback. I would expect to see it come back a bit and get into this area, but it's interesting that it's holding this right here. We no longer have critical firing anywhere. The stochastic RSI really doesn't, right in the middle and spread, not giving us real indication. Bollinger, we got close to the bands, and it seems lately anytime we've been close to it, it has had a pullback, lots up pullback. Be interesting to see. On the 4-hour, we are getting that curl because of all of this. So this next candle here is where we want to see green. And this little bit of pullback already and holding this area of resistance before, and this area of support is now showing strength. So if I'm looking to get into the market right now, this next candle for me is uber important. And you can kind of zoom in a bit and see, on the 1 hour, we might be getting a bearish cross. And if so, we could dip down a bit for a few hours. But our stochastic here is in a buy position, or telling us, because it's market cap, that money is going to move back in, thus also giving strength to this area of support and resistance that we talked about on the 4s, which you can now see what it looks like on the 1s. So, I mean, up here would have been a great time to take profits. Anytime you see your total market cap firing in total, you know you're going to have money down. You can save yourself those little percentages if you're swing trading, if you're long-term trading, doesn't matter. So when we actually zoom out even more so, we can also see we are still close, and I talk about that 3, because the wick just went to right over 3, but we are that close to the all-time high ever of all the money in crypto, and we still have wicked spread. We know the halvings coming in a little over a week and a half. Healthy retracements coming down on the weekly, which would make sense after all this. But I mean, we came up a bunch last week. That's a lot of healthy pullback. There is going to be volatility, I think, with the money flow, with the halving coming up. And what are we looking at here just for spread to give you an idea? $280 billion a swing from here to this top to this bottom. And that didn't take long. Like each one of these is 4, so we can see beginning of April roughly, right? We consolidated in this area before. A little bit of cool off in this area wouldn't be a bad thing either. Versus, as I always say, I love seeing a large injection. I don't have an answer to how I think the halving is going to affect the market. Just watching this on the shorter time frames, like the 4 hours and the dailies, will definitely give you that with our indicators. I'll listen to that before I'll listen to the Twitter feed. Dominance coming down means there's what we want to see isn't obviously the total market cap to stay the same and dominance coming down. We've had a lot of money leave and a lot of money slowly come back, like we just discussed. Anytime there's a large amount of money leaving, the majority of the money is always in Bitcoin. So the dominance will drop a bit because there's not as much money in the market. When the total market cap stays the same or goes up and dominance drops, I'll run. I don't want it yet. We're coming up. We're still on Bitcoin, still a Bitcoin season. I would like to ride these waves out. A longer bull run over the next, 10 to 16 months is better to me than 6 to 8 of crazy. Be curious to see when this switches and when we start seeing the real big dumps of alt runs versus money leaving the actual market. Bitcoin, let's have a look. What has Bitcoin been up to? Oh, we've got stuff hiding. We don't mark up dominance much. Same thing. I mean, really, we drew these lines ages ago, just like we talked about. We wanted to consolidate in this triangle, break out, and retest. I mean, it's always quick and dirty, but damn near close to the retest point. Also, just a little bit earlier. Thought we might consolidate in here. Still possible. We got 16 hours in the day. But if this holds this, that's bullish. We're not in a sell position yet. according to Stochastic. RSI is right in the middle, which is beautiful for people not panicking and price going up. Will BTC fall? Lots of fear propaganda. These are a good sign. And back last week, we gave you 2 entries, a stink bid and here, and this one hit. This entry hit before our Ethereum entry. I think it took about another extra 3 candles before our Ethereum entry hit. But if you got in on our entry to right now here today, even with the pullback in the last 5 days, you've done 8.46% in Bitcoin. And of course, like we always say, we're going to retest this. It's probably going to hit this box and come right back down. And we know, guess what? It needs to retest it, settle above it before it can take off. So this technically needs to do that now. Is what that needs to do now. But I'll leave that there because it's just a little ahead of our position of where we want it to be. And we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, we nailed one of it. We missed the stink bid. It's too bad. But we got it. Onto Ethereum. That's beautiful. What a mess. Ethereum has pretty much played out the entire show minus the cup and handle we thought we were going to get here. And it could be just become a double bottom is what we were also talking about here. And it's starting to look like it's going to play out. And we already know that this area is going to be our retest. Uh-oh. Am I losing you? Can you guys see me?
Oh, your face is, you're choppy. Oh no.
I'm going to lose the video to see if that helps.
All right.
Just because I'm on, obviously, their stream. Let's see. You still there? Can you hear me?
I'm here. I'm hearing you. I'm looking at all those perfect squiggles playing out.
All right. It looks like the chart's starting to somewhat respond back to me now too. We talked about how we wanted this belly. And I mean, the belly damn near again followed our squiggle on this one. And we talked about how the price would probably consolidate and then rip and get to this line. We drew these ages ago. I mean, now we've pulled back to this. Will ETH use this as support as opposed to resistance? Well, hopefully everybody that's watching is going, fuck yes, because we can see we have the bullish cross. That's what we've been waiting for. We buy in the bellies of the bears in anticipation for that right there. Telling us we're now moving from a micro bear into a micro bull. And we never panic after we have a whole bunch of up and a red candle. This here now is our entry. We buy the reds. It's telling us we're about to go. How far? Who knows? We know we're also close to the top of band and we'll come down a bit. But
this is what you've been waiting for. You've been talking about this.
This is what we've been waiting for, Audie.
Yeah.
And ETH hasn't had its day, but it's definitely having some trouble over this 37, 37 area. And then it's going to have trouble at the 4,000, 4,100 area. But it's going to get there. And this is showing us, yep, a micro bull is coming. Awesome. So if you zoomed in on ETH, when's a good time to get on ETH? I would say probably not quite yet. Sell position. Over. You missed it on the 4 hour. It's way down here. But if you start to zoom in, you can see, we might have a little bit of, we're in buys on the one. Will we get that micro bear or are we going to consolidate in this area, hold and go? I'm thinking we're going to probably consolidate in this area, hold and go. As we say that, it goes green. This candle on the 1 hour is important to see how this switches. So I wouldn't be rushing into ETH right now, because we know if this starts getting squishier, and by squishier, these lines, that's helpful, Jay. These lines getting tighter to make a cross, then we know we'll have a micro bear, and we'll probably get a better price somewhere in here or down in here. So right now for Ethereum, if I'm looking to enter, I'd be waiting a couple candles and to see how this plays out. But on the daily, it looks good. But patience, maybe put in, put in a target bid down in here. Might catch a wick in that 35.95 area. And then it takes off. This may be the bottom, the support resistance area here. 16 minutes, 40 seconds. We'll come back to it. All right, 20 minutes in. Let's see if we can rapid fire 32 pairs. Any questions?
Somebody's asking about Kaspa and what do you think about it? But that's a whole other question. I don't even ever heard of Kaspa.
Kaspa, let's pull it up quickly. Why not? Let's create a new chart. It should be in our list.
KASPA.
Yeah, and I know it. I just don't know if it's on this list. There it is. Let's add our indicators. All right.
Kaspa is the first block dang. I don't know what that means. DAG. Fair launch to 3B MCAP. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm saying it.
Right. I don't understand what you're saying either.
I don't know. I can't read.
Where is Kaspa's the first? Yeah. So I don't know what the block DAG means, but it's a fair launch to a $3 billion market cap is what he is saying. So a fair launch to get to 3 billion is actually pretty impressive. That's what Cords is saying right there. Supreme's howling at us. Thanks, buddy. I don't get to see these screens unless I drop everything and then go back to them. Let's have a quick look at Kaspa to answer the question, then I'll get back to what we were doing. It is been around for a while. It was on our watch list. It has beautiful formations here. These always make me happy when I see regular patterns play out repeatedly. You have this nice up. You have your your bottoms holding these formations in a retest right now at the moment, in a buy right now at the moment on the weekly. This is actually nice. And you can see even like just smaller, and it looks like they're actually getting a little, possibly even more exponential. Volume was what? I'm on my little computer, so it is a little difficult. 187 last week in buying volume. That's nothing wrong with that. And it's just quick and dirty. Don't hold me account. Oh, and this is all on daily colors as opposed to weekly. I'm not going to get too much into it to that level. On the daily, oh yeah, you just missed the belly of the bear. One of my favorite parts. You can see you've just, you're bouncing around in here waiting for that bullish cross. You're in a sell position here. Movement's coming down clearly after all that up, though. Kind of makes sense. How much percentage is that? From our local lowest low to our highest high, 23% in a week. Yeah, it makes sense. You'll have a little bit of pullback. Sure. And then if you're looking for a short-term target from the current price to its last localized high, 30.85%. Decent. I think you have some time with it, though, to get an entry by the look of it. You might be coming up into a little bit of a micro bear and seeing if it pulls down and holds this line. If it doesn't hold this line, you'll definitely be in these next, just below it in the low 13s. 13 cents, that is, of course. I'd keep your eye on it. This could be a good short little one. That might even be on our list. I don't even remember, to be honest. Let's dig in. OXO. Some of these from the hunt, we didn't get through the full list. It got pretty late. And as you can see, I haven't even got anything set up. I apologize. But what we did is we did the TA from a zoom out and zoom in and kind of went what's going on with current trends and what the indicators were saying. And we gave ourselves some targets. This one was based on a Fibonacci level, 618, because it's a new token with no past history of anything higher than here. We gave 3 entries, and it looks like all 3 now have a hit. Oh no, we just missed that one. Really? Ooh, wrong button. Yeah, just missed. Oh, it's painful. Yeah, should have totally had that up on those wicks.
This is why we don't do it quick and dirty sometimes, man. I'm just saying.
Well, this is on the show, and I'm sorry. Try to give 32 entries in an hour.
I'm razzing you.
Yeah, ungrateful. And the show
can't handle the razz.
The show is over. I mean, so just those 2 entries with the average in the middle. To current price after pullback, 6.54% over the weekend to an all-time high over the weekend. You would have had around 9.4. That's awesome, but we know we're going for a localized high, which was our target of 35%, which is to here. If you have not got into this trade, don't buy green candles. We are on a bullish cross. We just got it. Zoom in and find a red one. Use our indicators. On a bullish cross, that's a lot of pullback, but you can see there's a lot of wicks. And it does have a smaller market cap, so don't be dropping massive dough in here. But yeah, you can probably get somewhere a little lower in here. If you missed it, just keep watching. Let's see what's 2. Yeah, I stand by that. You should be able to still possibly get another entry here soon, and then take off. I think these kind of level entries are gone. You missed those ones, unfortunately. But still looking healthy, still looking as we looked at it before and in profit. So that makes me happy. Also, I have high hopes and vision for 0x0 or OXO or whatever it's called. 1 inch has been something we've played a few times since we've started this. And this was on our list in early January. So if you got in there, power to you. That was probably a belly that we were looking for. Starting to curl, we hit 1 entry. We did not make these 2, I don't think. What day was this? Saturday? Friday. I would have to check the time on Friday, actually. We may have hit both of those because we put these to the right. If you're just watching, it's more to give you the prices, not at the actual times. So that one actually may have hit. But even so, if we didn't from just that one alone to current price, you're at 9.89% in 3 days. Probably almost twice that if you caught that wick, which if you did, hella. But we got the bullish cross. This is still on the way. Stochastic RSI is not saying we're in a sell position. We're still going prices up. coming down right now. These are the red candles on the bulls that we buy if you're standing on the sidelines. 1 inch, happy, really happy with that one as well. So far, 2 for 2. Let's keep going. It's gonna be exciting.
It's happening. It's getting all riled up.
Would this one have hit Monday? No. Oh, we're on the weekly. On the daily, we did the show, what, on Friday?
We did. It was brief.
Yeah, I don't think we hit this one. I think we missed this one because that's 5 p.m. Yep. So we hit one of them, another one where the stink bids didn't hit. And we said we might get now I remember this, on the higher time frame is where this is drawn. We were looking for a belly and then for the price to consolidate and then take off to get to this 33.58 target. Well, I mean, it made it damn near halfway in a fraction of the time we thought it might. We know our gold lines are our weekly support and resistance. No surprise, it pulled back here. So on a shorter time frame right now, you have our critical fired, just mellowed off on this. Seems to have been holding this on all these 2 hours. We have 27 minutes left. This looks like a good entry. Stochastic saying we still probably have some price down. So it might come down to test these levels down here.
So this is a curl, but now you're watching it.
Yeah, there could be an entry here on a 2-hour candle somewhere in this price point. Cool. Down in here, that 125, 126. If you missed this, I mean, stinger if you missed it. It was last week. Sorry. Quick 13.42%. And it'll probably consolidate along here for a bit. And it might get boring now. Here's our cup on the 2-hour. And it might do this now for a while and cool off because that's a decent percentage. It might also just get to our target just as fast as it did this. It's still got some decent spread well above the median. It went faster. Oops. It went faster and we thought it was going to already. So it just may do that again already. Even though that's on the daily and we were on the 2. So that was a good one. Red candles, even if you just got in now, went back a little bit and then still made it to there, you're just shaving a few percent off a good, at that point, 15 to 18%. AGIX, this is one of Supreme's babies right now. He's been swinging in and out of, I think. Let's get this on the daily, not 15 minutes. None of our lower 2 stink bids are starting to show, and this is where a trading journal could help. We're not getting as low as we think we might. So we might want to start pulling up our second and third bids a little higher so we get more of our entries or more capital in 2. But still, we would have hit this entry here over the weekend after the call. So we definitely got in this. We're still trying to get that bullish cross. We got the bearish, really nice and tight, playing just how we want to like. This is our target for our short term. So if you caught this to right now here today, you're at 6.33%. And our target is that 33%. And if you missed it, red candles, man, is what we're looking for. That being said, it does on the 4-hour look like it wants to curl in a sell position. Huh. I'm thinking W's on the daily.
These W's you're always talking about.
I love them. If we can keep these going and we just get in here, sell here, get in here, sell here, and we can get these swings and you can start to see those patterns. You can short it on the way down and then you're making those kind of spreads either side. Um, AGI, there is a lot of gas taken out of it, but I think with the narrative, there is some to go. Absolutely still. I would be really looking at taking a lot of my profits if you've been in this since we've been talking about it back here. I'd be looking at the 2.30 still as a healthy TP if you've been holding it since our January hunt. I mean, that's stupid healthy.
Supreme says it's in a big triangle also on pullback today.
I'm going to go back.
Supreme said.
To me, it wants to make it looks like it's making that bullish pennant, like just that consolidation. And this is concerning as well. I mean, it is its all-time high, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That it's having problems, but these are, if you looked at the market conditions with the all-time high of Bitcoin and everything, these make sense, these pullbacks. And if you look at the psychology graph, it also makes sense. I see what he means though with that line. I'm just going to get rid of some of this shit. Clean it up a bit.
He said he posted it in the general chat on our Discord. Come and join our Discord. You can see what the heck Supreme put in general. And while Pope is drawing, just so you know, this is not financial advice.
Freaking gross. Yeah, he's got a point. This is a retest area for AGIX. This is actually quite interesting. Sorry, I did it also a little quick and dirty. I'll hear about
it. Time and a place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking it's healthy. I really want to see what happens in here. No hurry. I mean, we've done down into these just above our previous entry. I think these are out to lunch. I don't think we'll see these again. But that's the fun of a stink bid when they do hit. All right, let's continue. 20 minutes to go, and we're only one page in. Algorand. And boom, did that one not hit? The top one did. That one we missed. We didn't do a third one on this one. I can't remember why I said no, because I didn't think it was going to go below the weekly. And even the stink bid I put above the weekly to try and catch a wick, as we can see on the support. And it didn't. And that's actually showing a lot of strength. We're in the belly. If you have missed Algorand, in the belly. Healthy up, pull back, holding on this support, looking to break out for a bullish cross and a weekly retest. When those actually do retest and take off, these are usually big, juicy jumps when they do that. So if you got into there and got up to there, that's a nice 30%. Just, we give gifts. We give gifts. The Crypto Katie, this is what we do. So from where we started, where we're at, we're just at around 6%. A lot of, let's kind of sound like the average from last Friday with our entries. Nothing to be upset about. Oh, yeah, this was interesting. We said we could come down to here, come down to here, or even come down to here, but highly unlikely on both of these. Well, look, it came right down to this entry. Now, I didn't do the circle because we were looking at a bunch. And I said we wanted to really make sure that we were in the belly. Oops. And we actually still aren't quite sure. We are seemingly holding this area, which is healthy. But if money leaves the market, this is on its way down just as fast down to these levels, if not here. Saying we're in a good spot on stochastic as well. Close to an entry on Bollinger, almost a belly. What's our market cap doing? Seems like everything's red at the moment. Yeah, market cap is down just a little bit. Oops. Yeah. And it looks like we're going to probably go back a little bit before we start to reconcile this area. Interesting. Will it test the 2.5? Will it easily just go down this much the next little bit? It's not saying it will here. It's holding apparently here. This really needs to curl right now on the 15s. That really needs to chill the fuck out. Or we may have a lot of money just quickly leave the market here.
Yeah, it's a pretty big drop on that one side over there.
Yeah, and it's interesting, when we're just quickly going through it, you can start to see, hey, everything's going down. So another one, I'd be waiting for the belly for Cosmos right now if you missed our previous entries. Or on this one, we said it may even come down. Still may. If you caught that from an early entry from previous, just keep holding it. That ain't going anywhere but up. Ooh, she's going down. That's on the 30s. Did we hit 2 or did we just hit 1? Oh, that's not going to help, is it? What the?
What's happening?
I don't know. What day was this? Friday. Let's break this down on the 4. When did we get to? No. So
Can you open that up a bit, because I can't see.
I'm checking for after our Friday show if any of these hit, because we gave 3 entries. That would have been Saturday. We missed on AVAX just for that entry. AVAX, I still have a ton of faith it's going to be a massive mover, but in the last 3 days, 7.39. Not bad. Too bad we missed that one. Also looking like it's coming down pretty hard, looking for a bearish to maybe come down to that entry. Axie Infinity, looks like it's following that belly, kind of.
A little sneak belly in there. I don't know. Like it's popped up and now curling over again.
We hit just.
Nice.
Sting Pids again, seemingly looking like they are not hitting. Nice 10% on that. Our target is the 12,579, which will be hopefully a nice return of around 35 to 37%, depending if you caught it. We are still in the belly. When things start leaving, these are the ones that can easily just start to turn and come down again. So if you did get in and you're kind of cautiously watching, no one's going to fault you for taking 10% profit in a few days. Right? right? But it is looking like on the long term, we are walking towards our goal. Uh, what's actually, hold on. Yeah, we're still in a upward price action here for now, all pending market flow, of course. That was the first 15 minutes to go. Blockchain bets. How'd we do? Well, we hit an entry, looks like 3 times. Let's get out of the 2 hours. And you can see we just missed our second entry, and clearly we missed our stink bid. And we're at the retest part right now. From what we were talking about before, to get that bullish cross to get up to our goal, which our short-term goal, probably stepping, will be somewhere in here below our weekly, and then localized high. To give you a refresher, since if you took that trade, you would be in on that point. We're looking at 85%. So, oops. Happy. This makes me happy. Even though you missed a couple, this is where I say, that's why we started. There's no such thing as perfect trade or perfect entry. We gave you 3 entries to hopefully dollar cost the entry. Some of them we've hit all 3. Some of them we've hit 2. Some of them we've hit 1. And you can see sometimes how close they just miss. Frustrating as all hell. Or sometimes they hit the next day if you leave them sitting, like Ethereum did. A couple candles. I think they were on the 4 on that one last week. Blockchain bets, happy with it. Another one I'll be taking profits but leaving bags in. No brainer on this one. I think this is going to do well this run. Big time. We've talked about this one quite a few times as well. We were looking for this belly consolidation in this area to get to our localized high for a hopeful run of around 80%. And we were saying anywhere on this support would have been a good entry. So boom to here, you're already at 6%, which seems to be like the average we made for the weekend so far. And we want to ride this out like a cup and handle. And so far it seems to be just playing along those lines just fine. Cello. We've had some good luck with Cello this year. Cello has been really good to us this year a few times on the show. And we're talking some really, really big gains. We've been in Cello since the Januaries, down in here. And if you thought you missed all this, we gave you 3 entries right here saying we were looking for this belly consolidation and then to take off, and resistance either at the top of the consolidation box or anywhere along our line. Looks like both of our entries hit, so we'll cut the middle right now to the profit. You'd be in about 7.8, slightly over our average, it looks like. And we're aiming for that 20, and then our localized at 67. We'll see how that plays out. In a buy position for stochastic, a pullback after a whole lot of up, healthy, natural, no reason to panic, unless a lot of money comes out of here. And that's why if you're in take profit zones, take them. Just take them. Don't round trip. It's going to be, I think this year is going to be the learn how not to round trip for a lot of people. We're not seeing like previous bull runs, the money stay in for that week. It's coming out like in and out so fast. Chiles, we can see it was clearly on the lower time frames. Got to find where it was when we were talking about it. It was Friday. Do I have anything hidden? I clearly put the line here for where we wanted to start from and where we wanted to get to. But I think I may have missed the actual target.
Can we see it on another timeline better, or?
Yeah, well, no, because the just the drawings aren't there.
Wow, that's bad.
But that why would the line be situated here is kind of what I'm thinking, which would make sense somewhere in here for the Friday. But either way, healthy, and it's been good. If this was the Friday 5, looks like we may have missed it there, but just out of curiosity, 11.98 on the weekend on Chili's, starting to possibly get a curl, but starts to curl, money goes in a sell position. What are we looking on the daily? Off to the races on a retest. This is your retest, looking like it's going to hold it. Chili's is off. It's going to want to retest this area soon. How soon? Soon-ish. In a sale here, Bollinger giving you a sale, a whole lot up in the last few days from its lowest to its high, 30% in a week. Yeah, makes sense. There's some pullback. Just got that bullish cross right here. Still has spread, healthy retracement. Still very bullish on Chili's. Compound. That's what I thought. This is the one that I got a message on. You're welcome. I won't say who you are. One entry out of 3 hit. And right now, the current price, 7.49 in the 3 days. Looks like if you got the high, it would have done better. I think he hit harder than we did, around 8 or 9. Oh, maybe it was just a good hit for him. Healthy. And pulling back already on the 2 hour. You can see that wick. Looks like it wants to hold this area. Not in a sell position anymore. Not greed. Lots of like crazy buys. Interesting.
Can we assume that's just like events, or maybe when markets open? Supreme was mentioning about different markets opening a little bit earlier in the chat. Or that's just chaos, maybe.
I mean, yeah, that's a day though. Like there maybe news or FOMO.
Yeah.
But he's right for times. Absolutely. Like when it comes down to different times when they're broken down like that, absolutely. When that's why I say sometimes who wakes up chooses love and hate. But that's some seriously big green wick on a couple of those. Interesting. But volume's very healthy. I think compound is good for these shorter term targets, whether or not it gets to its all-time highs of past, who knows. It does have to break this. So if I wasn't in compound right now, I don't think I'd be getting, I know I wouldn't be getting in. You're in a sell position on the 4 hour. You're having problems holding the downward trend on the 4 hour. It needs to hold the median, consolidate, and go before I'd be wanting to take profits. Right now, not quite panic because healthy pullback. But if it gets below this level in here is where I'd be taking profits from our entries already, because it can just come down just as quick. Remember, these are W's. This could be a nice W going. Righty.
While you're switching charts, just so everyone knows, these are not things that trades that we take every single time or as it's going. These are things that Pope is finding on the hunt, and as we're talking about it throughout the week. And sometimes he wishes he took the things he's talking to you about, but just really try to manage them all and find the time, right? So
if I only had the capital to take every single trade I find. Didn't
That's
quite
the
play
dream. That's the dream.
right. Oh, didn't quite play out to where we thought we might see the curl and the cross. It is holding this danger line that we put down. And it's starting to look like it's maybe starting to curl. So for crown, I said you want to make sure it doesn't go below here. I would still want to see before I put a dime into crown, or if you do, please wait to see for that and that it holds this level. Because otherwise it's going right down to here. And I think that's uncharted. It is. But if it does make this turnaround and can get to localized high, juicy, very, very, very juicy. But this here is the area of massive contention to be watching, and we still have quite a bit of spread between our lines here. So cautiously optimistic for crown. I would not be entering crown at the moment. I want a little more protection of my and preservation of my capital, because so far it's just proving to me to be walking down this line. But if it does turn around, there's a lot of possibility there. Dot. Oops. Oh, of course I am. Let's get this on the daily. We said we were looking for that curl. Board, did we ever? It happened a lot faster than we thought it would. We were thinking around here. Again, not everyone we gave an entry for, but we were thinking if you get somewhere in this lower area, the walk up to here would probably seem reasonable. Healthy retracements and pullbacks in a sell zone makes me want to just quickly check this. Look at that. We did not curl like we wanted to, so that's why we're seeing blood in the streets. Reds are my favorite days. We are in a buy. It is pulling up right now.
The next candle around the corner.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like the 15s. Be interesting to continue to watch. And then same thing, if the money leaves the market this week, everything's coming down. Don't kid yourself. Take your profits, be happy, buying on the sale days. These look so far to be healthy retracements. There's no indication as to why the money should leave, other than maybe people panicking for having, standing on the sidelines, liquidating of any longs or short, blah, blah, blah. The whole game. The gauntlet. And this is where patience and strategy is great, because on a 4-hour, would I be getting into dot right now? Hell no. There's no part of that I want for a short-term trade. Long-term, hell yeah, I want dot.
It's almost 1 o'clock.
I know, and we've only got through 2 pages. Got 2 more to go.
You said you were going to go a little long today, but you weren't sure, and you were just going to see how long you go. So you set the time, my friend.
It's all looking kind of like the same story, right? Like there's a little bit of hesitation starting to show in the candles in some really good spots. After a whole lot of healthy up, pullback, bullish cross, still looking to get to a localized high from when we talked on Friday. We were looking for around 30-ish%, 27. I think we're still on path to walk that way. This is your retest. It made it. So it should be off EOS, Cosmos long, or EOS, not Cosmos. Sorry, I don't know where that just came from. Long-term token, great project. Think it's going to do well. Fetch. See, did we hit? I love that I haven't seen any of this. Kid in a candy store. Boom, 2 of them. Is that Friday? We got to get down on the hours now. 4. Oh, maybe we didn't. 13.1. Nah, we missed it. We didn't hit. Sorry, because that would have been pre-show. So another example, when we say on the show as well, you can just buy now. Don't worry about slicing these little hairs, tops and bottom, and go. And if you would have did that, who knows where the price would have been on Friday at that time, somewhere in here. You'd be in a little bit of profit. And if you would have took profit up here, you would have done well. It's looking like it wants to come into a bearish cross and actually hit these entries. Just a little bit outside. Filecoin we've done really well with this year.
Is Filecoin gaming again?
No, Filecoin is IPF as storage. It kind of suits a few different genres right now. It's being used in the AI for that kind of stuff. It's being used for online world tangible storage. There's high use case to Filecoin. And it looks like we missed it just. So sorry, guys. There's a couple there. Missed a couple so far.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. But I am going to leave them back, see if we do get money leaving the market. Do they come back, hold these areas, hit, and then go? We shall see. But as of Friday, where were we? Let's just go from middle of Friday to right now. 4.51. I mean, the ones that we have hit, we've been 1.5% to 2% above that. So not too bad. It's so close, yet so far. We are infallible. Phantom. I think we just talked about it. I'm not sure if it was going to come below this point because we had a little. And we were wondering, how big is this belly? Because Phantom just keeps wanting to go. And we've been in it for so long. And if you've been trading with me, like you have, Kate, we have been in Phantom a very long time. This is very healthy. This makes me very happy. This is saying to me, from to where we're going, we're still looking at a 20% localized high. We haven't got the bullish cross. It held above all this consolidation rectangle before that it was trying. We are now from a buy off into a sell position. This is healthy. This makes me happy for those in Phantom. If you were looking to get into it, don't buy it right now. We got 4 green candles in a row. We'll get a red. It'll probably come down to this line, 0.8951, to test it. If it holds it, high strength, and then it's gone. If it doesn't, it's definitely coming back into this support, the 7/9s.
Phantom, my first love.
Right.
My first unhealthy crypto love.
The amount of times I've tried to tell you to sell. But you learn so many lessons with Phantom that invaluable, right? And you're already.
And then I had to wait. I had to do a round trip. What is it called? A freaking trip around.
Yeah. And I mean, we're somewhat new to crypto, to be double what you started with, if not more. Power to you.
That's all right.
We hit Yoo-hoo from where we hit to current price, 5.89. Bottom one didn't. We definitely got the belly. This is looking like a good area of support with the money leaving the market right now. Doesn't seem like there's any real panic. It could, if a whole lot more leaves, which it has in the last few, could easily go right back to, there it is. I was wondering if we're going to hit that on the hourly. So now the question is, how low do we go? H-bar, Hedera hash graph, long-term bullish. Both token have done very well in past runs. I have high hopes for it this run as well, but even for these smaller localized targets, even if we just bounce around in the rectangle of W's for 22%, I'd be absolutely just fine with that. If you're ever unsure and you're in profits, remember, no harm, no foul. Take them. Immutable X, another one I've been a big fan of for quite some time. And we were saying, hey, we might get this belly consolidation of price along, complete misses. Followed the belly. Didn't come down like it did with these wicks here. Just tightened up and then took off. Couldn't get past the daily trend on the down. And then now really looks like exit curl. Just left to sell. Needs to hold this area to continue to go, or we're probably going to come back down to in these areas. Curious. Very, very, very good.
I like that you were mentioning to, add where you would put your targets and how far, like even just the percentages of where you were off on those targets on your notes, right? On that journal. Just, it's such a good idea. I wouldn't think about adding something like that, but just kind of knowing if you need to pull them up, or if you're cutting it too short and you could actually go for longer,
This game is just about learning, fine-tuning, and all those little micro adjustments, as you've seen firsthand, turn into a lot bigger rewards as they stack. And then it's just the snowball effect. What we did here is we zoomed in, and we've been a fan of Jasmy. Amir reintroduced it to me. Jasmy, sorry, this is the new Sony token. Amir did introduce this to me. I found it. We got some great entries in the Discord. We were in this belly down in here, and we got out up in here. And then we were talking about it last week, like we weren't sure, because there's a lot of spread right here. Oops. It was very sharp. And we weren't sure if it just wanted to dive down again. And this is where if you just watched it on the fours to see the belly, this is where patience and just checking in every now and then. You don't have to be in all these tokens. Find ones you like and then get in them. Well, when we were in the show, it was in here, and we were unsure if this harshness coming down. That's why this line we drew, because we weren't sure, would it come down to these areas of the belly? This is healthy because it's a higher low on its pull down, on its belly. That's bullish. We want retracements. Now it's a little lower than this one here, but we know we've had a bunch of money come out over the last little bit. Jasmy is the AI Sony, if I remember now correctly. Looking to pull off this, rocketed. I mean, entry, exit, possible curl, possible to hold. As we keep saying, this is the boss of that. Like to see that. That's powerful. From our last down strength, I think Jasmy may have a very good run. I mean, it's Sony. Like, come on. On the daily, there's our bullish cross. So from current price to a localized high, 14.7. And the problem with these is when they're it is a little yeah. I think we have a lot of potential with Jasmy. Still very bullish on Jasmy. I think you'll probably get a little bit of price action, a little bit better. Not those kind of prices, clearly. But I'd be watching. Same thing, just like we said, discussing here. If you would have just paid attention more into those candles and just watched, you would have got your entry and been off, and it looks like some hella percentages from Friday to 12, about double what our other picks have done. Good job, Jasmine. Chainlink just not getting its due. We were saying it could belly out in this consolidation box, and it kind of just looks like it's doing exactly that. Chainlink's been really lackluster. There's so much for it to go, but it's becoming like almost like a well, I mean, these kind of numbers are not XRP, but it just seems boring lately, even though that's actually substantial numbers. And it's just like nobody's talking about it or something. I don't know what it is. Um, let's watch that belly in the next 4 hours. Yeah, you'll probably get these entries down in this point if this comes into a bearish cross. You might get some stink bids in here in this area. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bearish and some pull down. Nakamoto Games. I've talked about this before, being a newer project and user case already and looking like very high quality product. We gave two possibilities of where this belly might happen. Now, this could easily curl down to these levels again with the market cap if it doesn't hold this 2.5 area. If it does, I think we're going to have this consolidation and the belly happen in this first area. And then our localized target of that, 60-ish% from probably current price, 58. But it looks like you might get even back to somewhere in here. But wait, if you're looking to buy, wait. This is going to dictate. Nakamoto Games long-term hold. I think he'll do really well this run with it, with the team they have behind it. Quarter after, we're going a little over normal, but I wanted to get to a lot of the stuff we talked to. One, myself to have a look, because I always do like going back to some of the TA. We had our breakout, and now we're on our retest. Not to sound like a broken record, but just with current market trends. Kind of looks boring. I think it might just consolidate for a bit, especially if the money is slow coming in, but still long-term fan of near and 23.8. There's nothing wrong with that. I would just zoom in for a better entry, but money seems to be leaving. We're coming into a buy position down here soon, which means price is going to come down. Wait. Near. Where'd we go? We're just there. Ooh, NRG. It doesn't look like we marked it up. Definitely looks like it's coming into pain. Giving you a buy. Looking like it's coming into pain. I always will take our micro bear and micro bull indicator over any other indicator. I would want to see stabilization, consolidation in this zone before I'd even consider entering energy right now for a shorter term trade. Longer term, yeah, we're probably good to go to retest these highs again. Almost a cup and handle, almost kind of awkward one.
Can you throw it onto the daily or weekly for me? Whatever you think. I don't know where we've been.
Weekly would be not enough because
Oh,
it's
that's right. Look how young it is. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm hoping what we're going to see here is where are my tools? Hoping I'm going to see my tools. You know, the typical up, bounce around, out, retest, and off is what I would like to see out of this pattern. But obviously, we do have a slight curl. So if it doesn't start to form that pattern, it's going down into these areas here, which is highly possible with a new token. These are high risk, low market cap, new gems that have a lot of potential. High risk, like not financial advice, of course. Like, don't spend money you can't wipe your ass off with this.
Also, tell us how you feel about leverage. I'm just joking. Never mind.
Get me started. Yeah. What are you trying to fire me up tonight?
It's midnight. I'm bored.
All my eyes melted.
See, that's when you know it's time to end the show.
Right. I'm out of here.
It's watered down.
Yeah. All right. So where were we? Ocean Protocol. Am I? Ocean Protocol, we were talking about possibly making these W's. And if it continues to do these W's on the daily and hold this area in here of support, these are some nice swings. Some nice weekly swings that we could possibly do. Bearish cross. Buy. So we really want to see this trend happen again here. And if we were to do a little quick TA on it, it's on its retest at the moment. And if it doesn't hold this, which we know it won't if this continues, and we'll get a better entry down in this price point, most likely. Somewhere in here. Maybe a wick. But one to watch because that's decent. That's decent. And a hella project. Gonna do well this year. My 2 cents, of course. Pal AI has been crushing it.
I don't think I've ever looked at this bad boy.
We talked about it early. And then it's just been kind of consolidating. But when it runs, this thing clearly runs. And what do we got here? What do we got here, my fave? Oh, happy day. Belly. With possible come up to the cross with a healthy retracement from a big ass down. Healthy 24% up in 5 days to come down 8%. Reasonable. Juicy. Want to make sure we stay above the median and we can hold this level, or we might come down. And again, this just keeps coming back to this talk, but it already looks like we're pulling back. Looks good. Punch down our next candle in 3 hours and 39 minutes will hopefully be our green to be the retest, a continuation. even though we're seeing a little bit more money about to leave the market according to Stochastic. Back to where we were. And now you can kind of see how I jump around between the market cap and how I'm looking at my entries from the TA. I'm on the sidelines with some of it, I am, and I can see this trend. This is where patience comes in. I can wait 3-4 candles and possibly save 5-6%. Don't break. PAL would be the same situation to watch. Looking like price is going to come down according to Stochastic. Very wicky. You could probably get something a little bit lower. And if we get that bearish cross with money leaving the market, would definitely probably be down in this area in here. Just keep your eyes out. But I mean, if you're just playing the simple theory and waiting for some bottom of the band entries and a curl, let's say you caught that curl there and you didn't get the best and you took an exit there because it broke the band and you didn't get the best, 16 hours, 10.75%. Same thing. We'll just pick shitty, not the best trades. 1 day, 4 hours. You know, so when we talk about the swing trading, you can go crazy and go really on the small, but if you're new to this, zoom out and do it over these smaller time frames and days at first, and you'll protect your capital a lot more, and you'll start to get a feel for the tokens that you're staying in. Don't try to trade all of these. I don't even trade all of these. These are just stuff that when I went through our master list, we were able to find before I called it quits. Ray, I'm bullish on for the year right now, not so much. Bullish on looking for an entry. It looks like it's going to follow this consolidation box. We got a bearish cross. Might get an entry down into this price. Price point in there. And sorry. Okay.
You are free to make this bad boy bigger if you want.
It's also, I'm on the glass table here at the.
Oh, you're slipping all over the place.
Yeah, that I find the mouse is.
Oh yeah.
Not so good. It doesn't look like a lot less from where it is, but I would do probably my 2 stink bids or my 2 bids right now around this price point. We haven't been much lower than here in quite some time. That's about where I'd put my 2 entries right now for Ray. And I mean 37%. So we're probably looking, you know what, 20, 24, 5 in there, 30. We caught both. There's your 28. So, and like I said, bullish on rain. It could be one of those things that could be the bottom here, and then it shoots right up to the top. Could be the way it goes. That's why we say you don't want to split these little hairs, these little fractions of percentages. Just buying a red candle. But we just got a bearish cross. We know probably in the next few candles it'll come down a bit. But, you know, and that's why we give you a couple. So if it hits both, dollar cross entry. And as you can see, we were wrong on a few. Hit a bunch, though. Makes me happy. Oasis, we said we didn't want to touch until we saw this curl and hold this. And it looks like it did it. And it's continuing. That's healthy. Let's see that it continues to hold this with whatever's going on, and then we may have a decent trade here.
I know you get super excited to see bellies. You get excited to see bellies like I get excited to see donuts. But
Or
like I can't.
Babies. Yeah, or puppies or babies.
Oh my God, babies. But you know, these bellies have been teasing us lately, and I'm not digging it.
Well, we started earlier saying like this is a tough time. This is a volatile time.
This
Uh,
is what we're saying, that everything is so, like, a lot of things are uncharted territory. So even though we can see the TA may go up and this and that, I feel like it's going to take a little time to regulate itself, kind of against
like
our.
next couple of weeks, but I mean, don't kid yourself. We're still long term bullish. So if you bought today and it dropped down to here tomorrow or a few days from now, where's it going to be 2-3 months from now?
Totally.
So for if you miss an entry and it drops, you don't time a perfect entry. You buy it, it drops. Yeah, it can be boring waiting, as you know, but sometimes that wait pays off. Sometimes you have to cut the capital loss that loss to free up the capital to make your money again, because it's just too stagnant or just keeps going down that little bit by little bit by little bit. You know what I mean?
And if you're new, though, you have to go slow. It's going to be a little boring. You want it to be boring so you can double check your stuff and check in with people in the Discord if you need to, because you don't know what you're doing, just like I don't. You're not ready for a 15-minute or a 4-hour yet.
Well, you're ready for 4s, but I know what you're saying. Absolutely.
Oh, I am. I can kill a 4.
I was going to say, let's be honest. This is looking healthy. This was the belly, same thing that we were looking for on SNX. Nice. And it's looking like we're starting to hold this area now as our trend in here. That was way off from where I clicked on my. That's the table. It's a tough one. I'm going to say it's going to be right around in there. So this is a retest spot and then off. And if we just went from here to the retest spot to there, 20%. What does this look like on the weekly? Yeah, this is, now I remember why I like this.
Ooh, snacks.
Right. It really needs to break this though, and be in the position to otherwise it just really does make it harder to get to those past levels. Holding above the median, I would still be waiting and watching it, just like I said on the others. Not bad, not great. Stacks, oh my god, one of my favorite this year. And yes, it was one of those early January ones down in here that we've been playing with. Just like we said with everything else, makes sense. It holds this area bullish to get up to here. Roughly missed a bit there, but yeah, about 12-15% for a localized high. Could be coming into a slight pullback area. So watch. The market's telling us it is definitely a little bit uncertain. Healthy pullback. Just holding that 255 right now. Curious to see. In an entry saying money's coming in. Critical on the 15. Possible curl on the 15s. This would be a nice turnaround. And this is when we started the show saying, hey, it looks like it's going to dump. As opposed to the curl when we were on the 15s. Dump to. Now we got a red out, green in on Bollinger. We need that belly now more than ever for it to stabilize, or it's going down to where we talked about. Interesting.
Not financial advice, fucking course.
Don't even know. I'm just here for the colors and the squiggles. All right, can I get through? That was it. Oh, yeah, 32, 33 plus the top four in an hour and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, for all those that stuck through it, I am at my other place, so I apologize for the internet connection and a little bit of misconnection, so to speak.
Somebody wanted to do 3 more coins. Is that okay?
Are you serious?
I'm totally fucking with you.
Okay, because I was like, oh, I'm pretty tired, but maybe.
I appreciate that for a split second you considered it.
We've been doing fairly well. We've been holding out. You have
Mhm.
been smoking your past record. Tomorrow's record breaking. For
Yeah.
me, it's been the longest, and the best part of this for me with the IRL and our family time has been the practice of patience and then taking the profits through
Mhm.
building them back when we got those retracements lately, which was a little bit of a tough time.
Don't
But
make trades when you're bored or anxious, people.
or when there's not a trade there either.
Bored or anxious.
Um, this week, just like the last little bit, will be a little play by ear for the Miss Crypto Katie. Blessings are with you and your family.
Thank you. My dad's back in the hospital. He's grumpy Gus. He's doing okay. I've talked too much about my dad's body recently, so that's a different feeling.
Uh, yeah, we hope we hope he pulls through. He's crotchety.
He is.
He'll
I
make
snuck I snuck him in a marshmallow peep today, so he was stoked.
it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that there is your weekend edition, late night or not weekend, midnight episode of
Midnight
Show
Monday,
63, not financial
63.
advice, of fucking course. And hopefully see you tomorrow at 7
The
p.m.
regular time. Yeah, 7 p.m. PST. Bye, everybody.